What's going on, guys?
What's happening?
Happy almost end of 2020.
Thank God.
Oh, God, this year. Even though for us, it was actually a really good year this year. We came out with our first EP, Prophets and Postcards this year. We had a single release. We started playing shows. We didn't play near as many as we wanted to. Wanted to tour, do all that, but that just didn't happen. But all in all, we had a pretty good 2020, but it was a goddamn dumpster fire this year, huh, folks? Huh?
I mean, that phrase has been thrown around more this year than any other era. I mean, it's honestly, there's no other apt metaphor better than fucking dumpster fire.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I would say it's an overused term, but it's not.
No, I think it's the only one that works.
It's so apropos for this year.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It's like a wet cat box.
Yes.
Let's start that one. # wet cat box.
2020, wet cat box.
Let's do it. Streaming.
So anyway, being that it's the end of the year, we wanted to put together a little bit of a top 10 list for our favorite albums that came out this year. Because even though 2020 sucked,
some good music came out of it.
Right.
People being locked up, in jails, basically. They're home jails.
Yep. It was a pretty good year for music. So.
Holy cow, asshole, goddamn son of a bitch.
We did this last year, but we really just did it in a Facebook post. So this year we're going to get creative with it and show our ugly mugs. So hope you enjoy that.
Mug.
Number 10.
What do you got? What is your first one? And this is in no particular order. We're just kind of going down from 10 to 1. So
yeah, we're not putting any of these albums up above the others. I mean, they're all great in their own right, so we're not going to say one's better. But yeah, number 10, I've got Nice with Internet Friends.
Okay.
This is a band that I actually was introduced to recently by my fiance, and I fell in love with them as soon as I heard them. They're labeled by a lot of different genres depending on what album you pull up on Apple Music, but okay. They come in there like emo, punk, and metal. So really, I can see where it's a blend of all of those.
Right.
But Internet Friends, really great album. If you don't know anything about Nice, I wouldn't say they're underground. They're starting to kind of claw their way out of the sewer into the mainstream a little bit. Not in sound, but in followers and stuff like that. They're a 3-piece band from St. Paul, Minnesota.
Some good bands out of St. Paul.
Yeah, it's got to be St. Paul though. Because Minneapolis is like,
oh come on,
they throw shit in Minneapolis. I'm good.
There's always the St. Paul Minneapolis thing.
Yeah. They actually have a song which is kind of funny. It's called St. Paul versus Minnesota.
Oh, really?
It's not on this album, but it's on another one.
Does it mention like Husker Du and the Replacements and all that
More
stuff?
than likely.
Okay.
It's not. I don't think it's like really like a huge name drop song. But
okay.
It's pretty good though.
That's awesome.
So Internet Friends, they were getting ready to start releasing and touring for this album, but COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun. So they had this clever way of dropping the album, which I thought was really interesting. It was quote unquote leaked.
Okay.
Yeah, they recorded it all last year, but so with everything going on there, they leaked the album, and you can get it from the website who the fuck leaked the nice album.com. They bought the domain and everything. It's fucking hilarious. But Internet Friends, good. It's a good fucking solid album together, those guys. I don't really have a favorite song because the whole album is just fantastic. But yeah, check them out.
Yeah, when I took a listen to this album, I was like, oh, this is incredible. Like, I haven't heard a band quite like this in a very long time.
Yeah, it'll go from like melodic, kind of like slow rock to the lead singer just screaming.
Right.
Just like insanity. And then it's now sweet again.
Yep. And like I said, they had, like you were saying before with the Minneapolis thing and the Versus song, they have great song names. I mean, there's like Schlanky Kong and all that. So,
which they released a music video for it in quarantine. So you have the nice 3 different
the cameras.
Yeah,
the Zoom video.
Around.
Yep.
That's pretty fun.
Nice.
Also, in quarantine, the lead singer got into a bunch of Twitter confrontations with people and ended up getting banned like 3 or 4 times. So there's like 3 or 4 different Nice accounts floating around. One of them was Ben Shapiro.
Oh yes.
Yeah, where he said I could cook and eat Ben Shapiro and I would not feel bad about it or something like that. And just everybody that listens to the Ben Shapiro show, like some 40-year-old, conservative
Careful
moms,
now.
were
Careful.
like, Are you a 40-year-old conservative mother?
I'm in my 40s though. I wasn't sure where you're going with it.
Oh well,
so.
yeah. Maybe you should keep listening before you get offended. Number 9.
All right. So my number 9 album that let's see. What am I going to go with
you
here?
wrote notes for this.
I know. I'm just trying to figure out which one I want to pick first. You know what? My number 9 is going to be the KRS-One album, Between the Protests. KRS-One put out his 23rd album this year. 23rd album.
23rd.
And it's still fantastic. It's a little more raw than some of his other releases as far as the production is concerned.
Well, subject matter as well.
And subject matter. It's an angry album. Musically, it delves, of course, into like hip hop and the kind of boom bap style that he's known for,
Yep.
but also starts diving into some kind of African sounds and things like that, a little bit more than he does on normal releases.
It's kind of funny too, because like you have that transition, like as you listen to the album, it starts gradually going more in that direction,
Right.
which is kind of cool, musically speaking,
Right.
sonically as well. It's just like, oh, okay, cool. Like if you were listening to the first track and the last track, it's like night and day. But if you listen to the whole three, it's like a gradual transition
Yep.
through it. And I actually didn't know who KRS-One was before you guys started talking. No, here's the thing. So I was like, who's KRS-One? So I started digging into it. I was like, oh,
Yep.
I know this guy. I've been listening to this guy for a while. I just didn't know his name.
Right.
The whoop whoop. That's the sound of the police.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Like I was like, oh, well, that's that guy. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Now I know. But yeah,
The bridge is over.
great fucking album.
It is
pick.
quite good.
Good pick. Number 8. Gotta go mainstream on you guys. I apologize. But my pick is, or my 8th pick, should I say, is Gorillaz, the new album, The Sound Machine Volume 1, which is implying hopefully there will be more soon. Okay, so with the Gorillaz, I had a falling out with them kind of in like 2016, 2017.
Okay.
Whenever Humans came out.
Mm-hmm.
Humans with a Z. Not a good album. It was in my opinion. Everybody, if you liked it, that's cool. But I was like on the train. Demon Days was fucking just fantastic. Plastic Beach was good.
Okay.
The Fall had its moments, and then there was a stretch of nothing for a while, and then they came out with Humans, and it's like, oh no, I think they're dead. I think the Gorillaz are dead. But then they came back with the Now, either 2018 or last year.
Okay.
I can't remember which one, which sounds really close to their original sound,
Okay.
which I was totally cool with. And then this album came out and kind of cemented their track, coming back to their original sound and what made them popular.
And this one has like a bunch of like features, right?
Featured artists?
Yeah.
I think it features like DVD
No,
extras.
no.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of different people. Elton John's in it, out of all people. You wouldn't expect.
That's
awesome. But Schoolboy Q is in it. Beck's in it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know Beck still existed.
Yeah, well, he's
So.
still in his Scientology hub doing his thing.
Interesting.
So, yeah. Born in the Church. Not saying anything bad about Scientology. Just saying Beck
will.
is one.
Crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah, don't. Now Xenu's going to fucking curse this video.
That's okay.
Fantastic. But yeah, all kinds of great stuff. Honestly, but my favorite song for this album has to be Aries.
Okay.
The bass line in this is solid. It's very airy. Like the song, as you're listening to, you feel like you're floating in an ocean. I was about to say 2D. The fictitious lead singer of Gorillaz, has that signature sound where he sounds like he's singing over a phone through some of it, and it's an earworm. You will find yourself it's just in your head all day. That's why, I had to put it on this list.
Nice. Yeah, I'm glad that it actually came out as like a full release, though.
Yeah.
Because I know we had been talking about the album and that it was dropping as singles constantly.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I was like, those are gone, and now it's like, oh, we got a full album. Okay, cool.
Yep, I think it was like 6 or 7 singles from it, all with accompanying music videos that are just fucking fantastic because, it's the fucking Gorillaz. The artist who designed the Gorillaz, same one who did Tank Girl.
Yep.
I was
Oh yeah.
fucking Fuck yeah, Tank Girl's awesome.
Yeah, the art was always very cool in that comic book. So,
You know, whenever they always talk about comic heroines, they never bring up Tank Girl.
it's true.
Why don't they? She's like one of the original badasses.
Do you want to know why? Because people equate it to the movie more
that's a
than the
good
comic.
point.
They equate Ice-T as
A
the
weird mutated
kangaroo guy.
Yeah,
And
it's very off-putting. I'm not gonna lie.
and that's why. That's why.
Oh man, you
know?
went from surviving the game to this.
Yep.
Come on, Ice-T. What the hell?
So, my number 7 pick for this. Number 7 pick for this is AJJ's album, Good Luck Everybody. This is one that came out this year after he did. Now, I say he, there's a whole band, but Sean, the singer, because of the whole quarantine thing, did a big grouping of live streams. I don't know if it was weekly, it almost felt like daily, but it was at least every few days that he did a live stream during the quarantine. And he played some of the older songs, played, whatever. And he also did a lot of introduction to this new album.
Okay.
Which was really cool. And it's a lot more folky than their previous 2 albums. Their previous 2 albums were very punky in nature.
Punky.
Very punky. And if those of you who don't know, if you're folk punk people, AJJ, you probably do know them, but they used to be called Andrew Jackson Jihad, but had to change their name.
Somebody got their panties in a bunch.
Exactly.
They don't like the word jihad.
So this album kind of delves back to the early releases of that. It has a little bit more acoustic folky kind of feel to it. And it is super packed with the just depression and disdain for life and
Yay.
everything's terrible and those kind of lyrics that I love from Sean, the singer. And there's a song called Poem on it, which I love, and it's all about a poem, how it's a song that no one cares about and all this stuff. And there's the Body Hate song, which is, or Body Terror song, the Body Terror song, and it's just essentially an apology for the fact that you all have bodies that you hate because they're terrible. So,
well, if everybody's being body positive these days, why not be, go counterculture?
That's right.
Your body sucks and you should feel bad for it.
That's right. We all
Thanks,
look in the
AJJ.
mirror and go, crap. We all say that thing like, I look great because I'm who I am, but we're all lying to ourselves.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I don't know. I think I look pretty great these days.
I agree, but I don't. So this is the problem.
I wish I was thinner.
But yeah, AJJ, Good Luck Everybody. Fantastic album. Please take a listen.
I wonder if the people that got upset about their name were the same people that were upset about the whole John Cougar Mellencamp thing.
I don't know.
Now he's like John Mellencamp. What happened to the Cougar? Did he not want to be referred to as a MILF? Was that the problem?
He dropped the Cougar long before that was a thing, though.
I know, but I think it was in the water.
Maybe he's psychic.
That makes so much sense. That's how he knows what's going on with Jack and Diane.
Exactly. All right.
Number 6. I'm coming in with Busta Rhymes' new album, Extinction Level Event 2, The Wrath of God.
Very good album.
The sequel we all wanted.
Yep.
We got Wonder Woman 2 this year, but we all really wanted.
I'm hearing mixed things about.
We'll get into that later.
But not the Busta album.
Not the Busta album.
No mixed opinions there.
No, Eric. So. I don't know. I heard somebody trying to go off a little bit how they didn't
Somebody's
care.
wrong.
Yeah, that was my opinion. You're fucking wrong. Everybody's allowed to be ignorant and wrong. But Busta's new album, so the first one he's done since 2012. So he's had a nice little hiatus. Just kind of chilling. Chilling back, relaxing, maxing out, all cool.
Wrong guy.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's the shitty one. I have my own qualms with Will Smith, and we will talk this out one day. But for now, just know that I don't like Independence Day.
We'll fight.
We'll fight.
We'll fight.
We'll fight.
I like some Fresh Prince. We'll get there.
I like Fresh Prince. Don't get me wrong. But that show was more than just Will, though.
That's true.
That had so many other people. Anyways, back to
All right,
Busta.
we're getting off topic.
The thing I like about Busta's style is that his flow is very versatile, but you always know it's Busta when you hear it.
Oh yeah,
if he's if he's going slow, if he's going fast, it's Busta. You know it. His cadence is fucking undeniable.
Yep.
This whole album is a fucking enigma, just like I think it is like being in his head, if that makes any sense. But it's good. So the more layers you pull back, you're like, oh, I'm digging this. My favorite song would have to be Satanic, the ending song.
Yep.
So if anyone saw the ad for it on Facebook, I don't know if you ever saw it when
I don't think I ever saw the ad.
I did, and it was like Chris Rock were yelling about Busta, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I can get into this, and then it's actually in the track at the end. And the album is it is like full force in your face, but this one ends on a kind of a slower note.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminded me a lot of like the Ill Mind of Hobson
songs
where they're just like fucking just hammering you with logic and just like, you're fucking up. What are you doing? But it's about the music industry and how like a lot of people nowadays, like it's mainstream to be satanic.
Right. Yep.
And how like all the images and all that shit. And he's just like, fucking, what are you doing? Come on, stop this punk shit. Not like punk genre, but you know, it's good. And I mean, if you end a song with fucking Chris Rock yelling,
oh yeah,
you're doing good.
Oh yeah,
you can't go wrong.
I mean, that's such a random. It was such a random like collaboration.
Yeah,
to have Chris Rock on the beginning and ending tracks.
Yeah, I think Chris Rock's brother's on it too.
Okay,
I think that's who the other one is. And he has like ODBs on it.
Yep, Rakim is on it.
Yeah, Rakim's on it.
Yep.
Yeah, it was kind of cool hearing ODB again, even though we know he's been dead for a long time. But I liked it. Excuse me. I liked it a lot. I just busted for everybody.
That's right. Busta's had a big year this year.
Has he?
You know? Yeah, I mean, you know.
An album?
New album. He was on The Masked Singer.
Was he?
Yeah.
I hate that show. I can't watch it.
See, I love it.
I
love it.
I like
it's
Kim Jong, but everybody else fucking pisses me off to no end.
Definitely. But it's such mindless dribble. And like, and I and some of them, I mean, they're good singers. They're impressive singers. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. But his was, I'm like, no, that can't be. Is it really? Is Busta Rhymes on the fucking Masked Singer? And then when he pulled off that thing, I was like, get the fuck out of here. I don't know if I'm really happy about this or I'm like, really, guy? But then I was like, all right, that's cool. I mean, it's got to be fun as hell.
Well,
so
that and
why not?
So many people watch that show. That might not necessarily listen to his music. And he's got an album coming out. I mean,
that's true.
It's
genius.
Smart marketing.
It is. It's genius.
It's good shit. And plus, T-Pain won the first season. I was super happy about that. And then after that, it kind of fell apart for me. But I don't like Robin Thicke. That's another story for another time.
We've had this discussion, you and I. So
yeah. He dirty person.
Yeah. Very not very good.
Asshole.
All right. But anyway, Busta Rhymes, Masked Singer, new album. Good shit.
Fuck you, Robin Thicke.
So number 5 album of the year. Number 5 is
Number 5.
Number 5 is Aesop Rock and his album The Spirit World Field Guide.
Not to be confused with A$AP Rocky.
Definitely not, because that guy sucks.
And we're going to bleep his name out so he doesn't get any recognition.
Spirit World Field Guide is the album that he came out with this year on Rhymesayers Entertainment, which is, to me, it's a fantastic album. I love it. His rhymes are like razor blades throughout this entire thing. As always, he is coming out with guns blazing, and the lyricism is incredible. Still continuing to make me pull out a dictionary every single album, which I love about Aesop Rock. And but yeah, I mean, the production's a little more raw than normal. Although the past couple of albums have kind of been that, and I think it's just cause he was probably in quarantine and probably recorded at home.
Probably.
You know,
some people. Katy Perry can do it, so can he.
Right. I mean some people
better,
some people don't like it as much. You know, I know Terrorist wasn't a big fan of the old production there.
Everybody can have their opinion.
But that's the piece, you know. I mean, but we'll talk about him later. So,
Spoilers.
but I love it. I mean, we've talked about it. I love that raw kind of production. I love lo-fi type stuff. Not that this is a lo-fi album, but it's a nice combo of like punk rock and hip hop together. You know, when it's kind of recorded that way.
Yeah, because you're more like in the moment. You know, you're grabbing that moment. And
right.
I think it worked for punk music. Why can't it work for hip hop?
Right. I mean, that's why I love like Death Grips and bands like that. You know.
Yes, I can't talk about that. Look, I'll go on a tangent about Death Grips for a long time.
I know.
Love those guys.
Yeah, so good.
So fucking good.
And apparently amazing live. A couple of buddies of mine have seen them live, and they're incredible.
Never got to see them.
Aesop Rock also apparently. I mean, I've watched live shows on the YouTube.
Showing that age.
That's right.
The YouTube.
That's right. On the YouTube, I've watched live shows. But I really want to see him live when touring starts to happen again. Hopefully he comes down. I know he's played places like Jackrabbits here in Jacksonville. And
really?
Stuff. Yep. Like a long time back. But yeah, he's played places like Jackrabbits, you know, here in Jacksonville. You know?
I wonder if he's ever had the experience where the people that were going on before him took way too long to put all their shit on stage and then took it off stage before you went on. They had to cut his set in half.
Right.
That's a personal story. 3 people drinking Stella at the bar and couldn't give a goddamn about who's on stage. The only people that clapped at the show were the other bands. The other one didn't give a fuck.
Right.
They videoed us and tried to steal our music.
Shout out to Man Apart. Thank you guys for clapping and hanging out and being cool that night.
Yeah.
Big
also,
shout out.
Check out their new singles that are dropping this year.
Yes.
They're really good.
Yes, I've been listening. They're very good.
We got the privilege to hear one of the newer singles live before they even dropped it. It was fucking good.
Nothing to do with Aesop Rock, but those guys are good too. So
we like
check them
Aesop
out.
Rock too.
That's right. That'll be an interesting show, actually. Man Apart and Aesop Rock playing together.
I could see that though.
I'd be down. I'd totally
Aesop
be in.
can flow over anything though.
It's true. I agree.
So all they gotta do is just play music and let him just go.
I agree.
He's really good at freestyle too.
I know. I know it. Aesop Rock Spirit World Field Guide. Check it out.
Why did you turn into Christopher Walken? Aesop Rock.
Aesop Rock. Rhyme Sayers Entertainment.
Sure. Yeah. Album. Listen.
Christopher Walken as Yoda. Listen, album, I will.
Listen, album, you should.
Grogu is not fucking baby me.
Oh, God.
Eat my balls.
Can't do this.
I'm not a very good Christopher Walken. I've never done it until just now. This is my first Christopher Walken. And it's not good at all. We should move on to number whatever the fuck is next. 4?
God.
4? 4? 4? Chopper 4? Yeah. Chopper 4! Okay. You do a good Christopher Walken.
I do not. All right.
I do not.
It's all right.
But I've never tried till right now.
Well,
it's my first Christopher Walken.
But you know.
Interesting.
You just have to be like, everything's a question, but like, you also can't be bothered to be talking to people.
Right.
Like, sure. Whatever.
Right now.
You know.
Going to drink.
I don't like Rockstar Energy. It's bad. It's not good for you. I'd much rather drink Twisted Tea.
Oh, God damn. All right,
okay,
number 4. Chopper 4.
No, you gotta.
Chopper 4.
You gotta stop doing the. Gotta stop doing the walking. It's not working.
Make me feel bad.
Are you mad now?
Thanks.
We're so close to finishing this video.
God damn it.
Number 4.
Chopper 4. Okay.
He says as he explodes the mic.
That's right.
clipping. My 4th pick is gonna have to be. It's gonna be a weird one for you guys because you may not know who this is, but his name is Pogo. And the album is Valley of Shadows. If you haven't heard any of Pogo's stuff, do it because it's good background music, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's like elevator music, but better. If that makes any sense at all. It's a good music. You can, if you're cleaning the house, you can turn it on. You know, you can come in and out of it if you want. It's good, upbeat, kind of just fun music. He takes samples from movies and TV shows,
Right.
throws it on there, kind of makes it all melodic and really, really good stuff. There's an HR Puffin Stuff song that he did. He took like some of the stuff from that. But this new album is more dark than all the other ones.
Okay.
It's all horror themed.
Nice.
Soundscapes.
Nice.
It's good shit. My favorite one is obviously going to have to be the one called Red Rum,
Okay.
where it's all the shining quotes and stuff. It's
Nice.
just a lot of fun. It's fun electronic music. I don't know much about the guy. I don't think he wants us to know much about him. So
It's fine. Mystery's fun.
yeah,
You know.
like a bucket head.
Awesome.
He wears a bucket on his head and a fucking mask. We don't know who he is.
I mean, really. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, even though we kind of know who the guys are, I mean, the Gorillas are very similar in that realm too.
Well, we know who Damon Albarn are.
I'm just saying,
Albarn
but
is.
like they have the actual music is done by
Yeah.
these personas versus, you know.
It's true. Jungle does that too. It's two guys that make the music, but they have a fake band that goes out and plays. And
Right.
They play behind the curtain. Yeah, fun stuff. Pogo, check him out. It's good shit. He's got tons of albums too, like hours of music for you to just turn on. He did one song on this collaboration that I downloaded like 6 or 7 years ago on Bandcamp of all places.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it was cool. It's all Star Wars stuff. It's like a galaxy far, far away.
Yes. You told me about this.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And I was like, oh, this is a really cool album because it's the same concept.
Okay.
But then I was like, I discovered Pogo this year, and I was like, this guy kind of sounds like the stuff I listened to years and years ago. I went back and checked it. He's got a
There
song
he is.
on it. Look
Okay.
at there.
That's funny.
Small fucking world.
I think that should be the tagline, by the way. The thing that you just said,
The tagline to what?
where it says, you know, where you said, "Pogo, check it out. It's good shit."
Yeah, if he would like, I don't know, $35,
Right.
he can have it.
Exactly.
I trademarked it.
There you go.
Sorry, the video's up. We trademarked it.
That's it.
Pogo.
Check
it out.
It's good
shit.
Number 3. What's that?
It's at number 3.
That's right.
Camera
No-
2. Number 3.
Camera 2. Number 3. My number 3 pick for this top 10 here is a band from Scotland and the UK called This Is the Kit.
Interesting.
And their album that came out this year is called Off, Off, On. I discovered these guys watching YouTube videos from the YouTube.
Here we go. Thanks, Grandpa. Show us your favorite song.
So I was watching the YouTubes today, and there was this band called This Is the Kit,
There was this band called Hank Williams Sr.
and he was like, "Grandma, no."
There's a tear in my bed. It's like, sorry.
And we're back. All right. So anyway, I was watching YouTube, and on the KEXP station channel on there, and they're a radio station that's out of Seattle, Washington, and they happen
Boo!
Seattle's just fine. Apparently, it's
Nah.
an awesome city to visit.
Nirvana fucked that city up. You can't drive anywhere without seeing a fucking Rip Kurt flag somewhere, I think. Is Fox News telling me the right things about Seattle?
Probably not.
Why would you lie to me, Fox News?
We've never done that before. Anyway, so I was on KEXP, and I was watching the interview with this band, This Is the Kit, and they did some live, streaming stuff on there, and I was like, oh, this is interesting stuff. And of course, being that the album was out, they're promoting the album. So I sat down and listened to it after I watched that, and it's been a long time since I've just sat down and just listened to a full album from front to back. Like, just no stopping, no interruptions, no anything. I just listened to the whole thing. And it's an awesome album, and it's so good. It's very atmospheric. It's somewhere between a Tori Amos, the Mumford & Sons, and like Enya. If you took those three things and just kind of lumped them all together,
Yeah.
that's what you get with a lot more like that Celtic influence.
Also got some Celtic Woman vibes. You ever listen to Celtic Woman?
I have not.
Kind of like that.
Okay.
That airy kind of instrumental, but like also like really good singing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was, how vague can I get? It was, that's music with the words and
Has chords and things.
A woman singing and it's good. but yeah, it's like that definitely the cool thing about making like music like that is infusing that Gaelic Celtic sound, which is that airiness, very atmospheric, but also with folk music.
Yep.
It's hard to do.
Yep.
But when all of those stars align, and you make a really good album, and I really enjoyed this.
Yeah,
this album a lot.
The percussion is very much that too. It has that Celtic feel to it
Yes.
and everything, so it's pretty cool.
I actually have a Celtic frame drum that we need to use for
agree.
one of our songs.
I'm in.
It's called a bodhran, I believe. It's spelled bodhran,
Right.
but I know that's not their
Bodhran?
correct. Nah, I don't think they pronounce the D.
No. Bodhran.
Yeah. I think it's just a vocal sound with a r in there somewhere.
I should know this shit, but Celtic is like that language. All of that is very hard.
Yeah, it might as well be fucking the ring of whatever from the ring.
Right.
The movie
The
about
Thing.
the ring.
The Ring movies.
The ring of, was it called the Ring of Power or something? I don't know. Like,
I didn't really like the movies, so that's just,
J.R.R. Tolkien's not my thing. Sorry, guys.
Me too.
I don't like Lord of the Rings.
Me either.
I'm a geek. I am such a geek, but I just don't care about that. I don't. I'm sorry.
Fuck the Hobbit and fuck the Beatles. Just saying.
What did the Beatles have to do with it?
I don't know. It's just something that a lot of people disagree with me with. So there you go.
I can take or leave the Beatles. I don't care. The only thing that I don't like about the Beatles is that Yoko Ono happened because of them, and I can't abide by that screeching harpy.
But something that did come out of the UK and Scotland. This is the Kid.
This is the Kid. Oh, that's what we were
Off
talking.
on. Yeah.
Off on. Check it out. It's good shit. Number 2.
Number 2.
For anybody that's stuck around for this video the whole time, I'm sorry. And also congratulations, but you haven't won anything. No. No. We can't say that because our pick is our friend. You can't equate poop with his album.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because it's good.
Yeah.
So my number 2 pick is going to have to be, it's a little self-serving because we are doing a project with this artist.
It's not poopy.
It's not poopy. It's actually really good. It's by an artist named Terrorist, and that has nothing to do with jihads.
TERRUHWRIST. Terrorist.
What was the pause there? Did you forget how he spelled it?
I was like 2 R's. Wait a minute. Am I right or am I wrong?
It's
there 2 R's?
Terrorist. Wrist as in the body part. Terrorist. You spelled it right, Dan.
I did.
You're
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, I did. It was
But
just 2 R's.
his new
Okay.
album that's came out this year, and he has 3 different things that have come out this year, but I had to choose this one because it was the closest to the end of the year, and it's one of my favorites, even though his other 2 are good, is The War on Terra 2. Another sequel album on this list. But so Terra also had other stuff come out this year, like Animal Farm, and I believe the first War on Terra. Right?
No.
No. That was a few
War on
years ago.
Terra was a couple of years ago. He came out
no,
with
2 Minute Hate.
2 Minutes Hate.
Yeah, 2 Minutes Hate.
And then Animal Farm in 2020, and then War on Terra.
The words he likes to use is sheesh. It's fire, fam. And I'm the whitest guy you'll ever hear say that. But no, seriously, like, this joint is lit, fam. Seriously.
I don't know if we should keep any of this in
I'm
here.
keeping it in there, even though I'm not editing it. I'm gonna encrypt the file so this gets stuck in. But no, Terra is one of those guys that he has a very unique voice.
Oh yeah,
not
absolutely.
like vocally, but like lyric wise. He has his turn of phrase is reminiscent of like the hip hop gods that we all listened to growing up. He's got really good role models, and he's taking all the lessons he's learned.
Yep.
And even from just the albums this year,
Oh,
as a step up, like they just
yeah.
keep getting better.
Yep.
And
Yeah, I mean, his wordplay is so much better than this generation's hip hop.
we could go on for a long time talking about how there's shitty hip hop artists out there. Well, hip hop. It's not really hip hop anymore. It's some kind of garbage. But the good rappers coming out with music this year, Terra he has to be up there in that list.
Yeah, absolutely.
And pretty soon, someone's gonna pluck him out of obscurity. You watch this.
I keep saying this. Rhyme Sayers.
Come on, the dude's fantastic. What? Don't sleep on Terra. Come on. I think he should come out with his next album should be called Night Terra. I think it would be funny. But that's neither here nor there. My favorite song on this album, it's got to be Gears of War.
Oh, I agree. 100%.
Honestly, because I was listening
so
to it,
good.
and then you're like, hey, man, Gears of War is a really good song. And I was like, well, yeah, I'm listening to the whole album as I go through. And then I'm not looking at the titles.
tracks, yeah.
I'm just listening to it and I was like, holy shit, this one's fucking hitting hard. And yep, Gears of War.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm at a loss of words for the most of the time, because anytime you're friends with somebody who's a musician, you're like, cool, yeah, it's pretty good, man, I appreciate it. But when you're like legitimately a good artist and they give you something, you're like, shit, this is really fucking good.
Right.
And you're not humoring him at all when you say it, because it's
and when you do things like
legitimately-
this, some people will be like, "Oh, you're just stroking it because But no, it's really good shit.
Yeah, I'm brutally honest when it comes to things. Like, if someone gives me something I don't like, I'm going to tell them, hey, you need to do this. It's constructive criticism, not just straight being an asshole, but like, I really have no qualms or nothing to say negatively about this album.
Yep.
It's fucking great start to finish. The only thing I will say bad about this album was that it was too short. Mm-hmm. Because by the time I got to the end of it, I was like, okay, I got to have more, and then it's like, it looped it again. I was like, that's it. But the replay value on this album is very high.
Good. It's good.
I feel like I turned into GameStop for some reason.
I know.
Game Informer. It's like replay value, 100%. Fantastic album.
Yeah.
Solid. He's got some shit to say, and he is saying it.
Yep. And in 2021, got a 7-inch vinyl coming out
Oh, yeah.
with Terrorist. It's going to be an interesting one. It's
Oh, you mean that self-serving thing we were
that
talking about?
self-serving thing? We're doing that now. Oh no, we're doing that shit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're collaborating with him on a 7-inch. It'll actually be the first time that I've personally been on vinyl. So
I mean, I've sat on vinyl before. Does that mean anything?
no,
Yeah, I was technically on vinyl.
I mean I sit on vinyl all the time, but
Yeah.
But I've never been on a vinyl record.
I wonder.
And I think that's fun.
If I put a needle on our vinyl couch, like if it'll like make music.
No.
Just
I've tried to put many a Godzilla toy on my record player, and it just doesn't do anything.
What would it like? What if it did like the roar at least?
That would be cool, right?
Like
That would be
a
fucking
weird interactive toy.
Doesn't. It just goes.
I bet if you do it just right, you can make it, because it's really just the sound of a cello like string. Maybe.
Yeah,
That was a weird tangent.
I don't know. But anyway. All right. So, we've got a couple of honorable mentions before we get to our number one pick. It's not our number one pick. We're going in just random order. But we did have some honorable mentions for the year as well.
I agree.
What was yours for this year?
So for mine, I would have to. Only reason that I didn't put him in my list is because I had my list solid, and then I discovered this artist. But I also don't want to say, "Hey, this is a great album for this year," because I want you to listen to all of his stuff.
Gotcha.
The guy, it's a collab. Okay. So this guy made a band called Zeal and Ardor. Mm-hmm. Zeal and Ardor, it's this funky combination of like, so the band is like this funky combination of like spiritual hymns mixed with like blues
Okay.
and like folky rock, but also black metal. Like it's this hodgepodge of
Nice.
of things that you're like. Shout out to Nice. They actually got in contact with us on Twitter. That was really cool. But it's this weird like combination of things you wouldn't think. Like if you were making a soup, and you threw all that shit in there, you'd be like, this is kind of weird. But like in music, the way they blend it all together is really, really cool. And his perspective, like when he writes the music, is really interesting. It's like slave chants, but like the whole time everybody was thinking they're like singing to God, but they're actually singing to the devil.
Okay.
To save them from it. It's really cool, but like the songs are fucking great. But his album that came out this year is, I believe,
Excuse me.
forgot the name of it.
I want to try that soup.
With a bunch of weird shit in it.
Yeah. You put black metal in the soup again.
Who put black metal in the soup? That's good. So the new album that came out this year, it's not really an album as much as it is an EP, but it's called Wake of a Nation.
Okay.
It's
Nice. Very,
yeah, it's
very appropriate.
Yeah, that play off the very racist movie that we don't like to talk about because it's very bad. And not only is it like terrible, it's also a very bad movie. It's not good. The themes are bad. The movie's bad. Just don't forget we talked about it. But it's, as a gentleman from Sweden, because he originally was born in Sweden, which I guess that's where the black metal comes from, the birthplace
Black metal
of black metal. So he moves to New York, and I guess as somebody coming from the outside in and seeing all like the police brutality and all the shit against African American people, this album Wake of the Nation is all about all the shit that's been going on this year, like the riots, the peaceful protests, the killing of George Floyd, like all of this stuff. And really, it's like the nation coming to a head on things that we should have talked about a long time ago. But this album like encapsulates that.
Okay.
And there are some brutal fucking lyrics on this.
Okay.
That I think a lot of people need to hear. Because like one of them is a mother talking to her son about basically you're gonna die from the cops because that's just what we do around here.
Great.
Yeah, it's fucking.
It's true.
It's a very good album.
That's cool.
And one of them, I believe, the song I'm referring to is "At the Seams." That's
Okay.
what I'm talking about. "Vigil" is all about the, in the wake of all the deaths. It's there's some sad fucking shit in this album, but it's good.
Nice.
And Tuskegee, everybody knows about Tuskegee, all the shit that happened there. Terrible, but there's a song about that, and that's the one that kind of goes into the black metal a little bit than the other songs do. This album isn't necessarily a snapshot of what the other stuff is, so check out the other albums, but this album also needs attention because it's so good, and the subject matter is heavy, but it needs to be said.
Yep.
It's good. What are your honorable mentions now that I took forever to
No, it's all good.
to mention?
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, with talking about that, all that, what the fuck's been going on this year and all that stuff. There's a song on the AJJ album that I talked about a few albums ago, called "No Justice, No Peace, No Hope." That is right in that realm too. It's so fucking good. Because, I mean, that's the kind of year it was.
Yeah.
And you had to write about it. You had to get it out. You had to, get it out of your system.
Well, shit, that's
And
what a
then
lot
it
of people did in the 60s and 70s.
Going into your system every day when you watch the news.
Yeah.
So,
that's a topic for another day.
right.
How the media is fucking keeping us separate from each other when we should be coming together. But hey,
What are you going to do?
what are you gonna do?
So, my honorable mention for the year is an album. Well, it's a short EP, actually, that was put out on Bad Time Records. And two bands got together. It's a split EP between the band Catbite and the band Omnigon. Now, they're both ska bands, for the most part. One is a female-fronted ska band, no horns, nothing like that.
Is it really ska without horns, though?
Oh, absolutely. Ska has nothing to do with horns.
All the great ska bands have horns,
That's not true. It's not true. We'll talk about that another time, though. But anyway, but Catbite is a female-fronted ska band that they're very reminiscent of the Chinkies, and there's a few other bands that are in that realm in the ska world. And then Omnigon they're a little bit more on that ska core end of things.
Okay.
So they're
Sounds like a Pokemon.
Ska core?
No,
Omnigon?
Omnigon.
Yes, absolutely. But they're a little bit more in that hardcore end of things with a little bit of ska thrown in and horns every now and again here and there.
Gotcha. Like a kind of like a gritty Streetlight Manifesto.
Yes. Kind of in that realm. They very much sound like the band. There's a band called Link 80 that was out in the late 90s who are amazing. And they're very much in that realm. So much so where I'm like, are some of the guys that were in Link 80 in this band? I didn't do my research enough. But anyway, what they did on this EP was they covered each other's songs. So that was kind of cool. It's just one of those things that were like, oh, we're going to cover your songs. We're going to cover your songs. Which is, funny because we just decided we were going to do that in 2021 as well.
Yeah.
With our buddy, Brendan, who goes by So Impossible. We're going to be doing a little 1-2 song EP where we're covering each other's songs.
Yep.
So
that's going to be fun.
But yeah, that's my honorable mention is those two bands. So, and then we get to the number 1 slot here.
Yep.
And the number 1 pick for this particular list that I had was a band called, Bad Operation. And they put out their first album in 2020. And it's self-titled. And this band is another band off of that Bad Time Records, who are like kind of they're the record label that's really trying to kind of like kickstart the ska movements again,
like a
which
revolution.
which is very cool. As a huge ska fan, it makes me very happy. It warms my soul that ska is starting to get a little bit of recognition again. But this band, I mean, their album from front to back is so good. They're calling it New Tone, NU Tone, And
yeah, we all been fooled by that before.
I know. Nothing like that.
New
Nothing like that
metal.
new metal thing. But the New Tone stuff that people are referring to them as, it makes sense because they very much have that two-tone specials kind of feel to their stuff, but then also delve into other genres as well. Kind of faster ska. Some of it's a little more dubstep. Some of it is a little more reggae and old 1960s ska, kind of Scatterlights feel to it.
Yeah.
And they're so good. The album is so good. It just came out not long ago. I literally had another album on this list that I took off to put this on. So
that should show you how good it is.
Yeah, it's great.
I really enjoyed this album too, because I'd never heard of them, and you sent it to me, and I was like, oh, this is fucking good. And then it's another one of those like genre bending albums where it's like not really two songs sound the same. They're definitely new tone. I'm glad they put a name to it because I want to figure out what they're. Because I was like, oh, it's ska, but then it's like maybe it's dub, and it's like, oh, well, this one's kind of reggaeton a little bit without the Spanish. It's all over the place, but in a good way. Yeah, it's that controlled chaos that you're looking for in kind of like a punky ska feel. Yeah.
Also, very nice folks that they got back to us. Quick on Instagram too. When we asked all these bands on this list, like, hey, can we use some of your stuff and snippets and blah blah blah. Well, and they were very quick to like get right back.
I didn't think some of the bigger guys would be like,
oh yeah, of course,
yeah, man, totally, yeah, this is Busta Rhymes, totally use my stuff,
Yeah, I mean that's not even those people. But.
Yeah, I know it's some 14-year-old Zoomer.
Yeah,
it's just like I run his account. But yeah, it was really cool to hear that they were like totally down with us using it.
Yep.
And like, who are we?
Right.
And they're just like, fuck yeah, do it. Whatever.
Yep.
Whatever
who are we? We're Stillfire fucking Bellows.
Yeah, we're taking over the folk scene of Jacksonville, bro.
Yeah.
I think.
Something. I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows?
But yeah, so that's our top 10, guys.
That's our top 10 list. So, love it or hate it. Read it and weep. Some other things. If you agreed with our list, give us a comment. Be like, hey, I also like this album. If you haven't heard of any of the albums on this list, give them a listen.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it,
I mean,
whatever.
comment with your top 10 of the year, or your
Yeah.
top 5, or your top 3.
Tell us what we did wrong.
I'd love to hear, so we can, maybe it's stuff that we haven't heard, and we'll
Could be.
get opened up to some new stuff as well. And make sure, guys, that you like, comment, and subscribe. Share all of our shit. Do all that good stuff. I don't know where those things are here, so I'm not going to do the like, comment, subscribe, bang that bell for notifications or whatever on the YouTubes.
You were doing so good, Grandpa, and then you did the whole, I don't know where all the stuff is. You were on a roll.
I was good, right?
Yeah.
I was getting there.
It's almost like you know what you were doing for a second.
I watch enough fucking YouTube during
You
the day.
fooled us all.
Oh,
And then you popped the mic. Okay.
magic.
We're back to not knowing.
Magic.
There's a rainbow here, I think.
I could put one in.
So many rainbows.
The more you know. Bye, guys.
Bye.